desiring to lie on the created transcendental water or over. Please respond. After separating a different universal, the gigantic universal form of the Lord, Mahavishnu, which came out of the cause of ocean, the place of the appearance, the first Purusha avatar, entered into each of the separate universes, desiring to lie on the created transcendental water, After analysis of the living entities and the Supreme Lord Paramatma, the independent source of all another living beings, Srila Sukadeva Goswami is now presenting the prime necessity for devotional service to the Lord, which is the only occupational business of all living entities. The Supreme Lord Sri Krishna and his plenary portions and extensions of plenary portions are not different from one another, and thus the supreme independence is in each and every one of them. In order to prove this, Sukadeva Goswami has promised to King Parikshit, despite hearing the independence of the Purusha Avatara personality important. Even in the sphere of the material creation, such activities of the Lord are also transcendental, and therefore they are also called Leela or pastimes of the Physical. Such pastimes of the Lord are very conducive to the hearers of the self-realization and the field of devotional service. Some may argue, why not they release the transcendental Leela of the Lord as exhibited in the land of Mathura and Vrindavana, which are sweeter than anything in the world. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur replies that pastimes of the Lord in Vrindavan are meant to be relished by the advanced devotees of the Lord. Neophyte devotees will misunderstand such supreme transcendental activities of the Lord, and therefore the Lord's pastimes in the material sphere related to creation, maintenance and destruction are very relishable by the Prakrita Bhaktas or mundane devotees of the Lord. As the yoga system, mainly based on the bodily exercise, is meant for a person who is too attached to the bodily conception of existence. Similarly, Lord's pastimes related to the creation and destruction of the material world are also for those who are too materially attached. For such mundane creatures, the functions of the body and the functions of the cosmic world through physical laws and relationship with the Lord are also therefore included in understanding of the lawmaker, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The scientists explain the material functions by so many theological terms of material law, but such blind scientists forget the lawmaker. The Srimad Bhagavatam points out the lawmaker. One should not be amazed by the mechanical arrangement of the complicated engine or dynamo, but one should praise the engineer who creates such wonderful working machine. That is the difference between devotee and non-devotee. Devotees are always full in praising the Lord who directs the physical laws. The Bhagavad Gita 9:10, the direction of the Lord upon the material nature is described here. Maya dakshena prakriti suyadesa characharam ketunamena kaunteya jagat viparivartate. The material nature, full of physical laws, is one of the many different energies. Therefore, it is neither independent nor blind. Because I am transcendently all-powerful, simply by my glancing over material nature, the physical laws of nature work so wonderfully. Actions and reactions of the physical laws work on that account, and thus the material world is created, maintained and annihilated again and again. Men with the forefront of knowledge, however, become astonished by studying the physical laws both within the construction of the individual body and foolishly they decry the existence of the God, taking it for granted that the physical laws are independent without any metaphysical control. Bhagavad Gita 9:11 replies to the foolish in the following word: Avajananti mam mudha manushim tanmashikam param bhavam ajananto amabuddha maheshwar. The foolish men, mudhas, do not know the personality of God in his eternal form of bliss and knowledge. The foolish man thinks of the transcendental body of the Lord as something like his own, and therefore he cannot think of the unlimited controlling power of the Lord, who is not visible in the acting of the physical laws. The Lord is, however, visible to the naked eyes of the people in general when he descends by his own personal potency. The Lord incarnated himself as he is and played very wonderful parts as the Lord himself. The Bhagavad Gita concerns his wonderful actions and knowledge. A foolish man will not accept the Lord Krishna as a supreme Lord. Generally, they consider the infinitesimal and infinite feature of the Lord because they themselves are unable to become either the infinitesimal or infinite. But one should know that infinite and infinitesimal size of the Lord are not as his highest glories. The most wonderful manifestation of the Lord's power is exhibited when the infinite Lord becomes visible to our eyes as one of us. Yet his activities are different from those of the finite beings. Lifting the mountain at the age of 7 years and marrying 16,000 wives in the prime of his youth are some of the examples of his infinite energy. But the Mudhas, after seeing them, gazing about them, decry them as legendary and make the Lord as one of them. They cannot understand that the Lord, Sri Krishna, although in the form of the human being by his own potency, is still the Supreme Lord with the full potency as the Supreme Controller. When, however, the Mudhas give submissive oral reception to the messages of the Lord in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita or the Srimad Bhagavatam, transmitted through the channel of disciplic succession, such Mudhas also become the devotees of the Lord by the grace of his pure devotees. And for this reason only, in both the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, the pastimes of the Lord in the material world are delineated for the benefit of those men with profound of knowledge. Entire Srimad Bhagavatam teacher. So, Jnana-timirandasya Jnana-jana-shalakaya Satsurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Vishtam Sthapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Damakyam Kadadi Swakadatikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Pakamala Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sakarnata Samdasivam Satvaitam Savadudam Janacharitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Pradita Shri Vishakhanutamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostude Taptakancha Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Sabhanusude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Panchakalpadharubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva Adhidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Vishnaveştaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavati Paschata Deshadarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Thanks for coming today for Srimad Bhagavatam class. Canto 2, chapter 10, verse number 10. Yesterday in the class, we discussed about how the material energies of the Lord are interdependent. They depend on each other. So, after explaining the material universe, material energy of the Lord, in today's sloka, Sukadeva Goswami explained more about Purusha. So, there is only one Purusha. There is only one Purusha, and it's technically called as Parama Purusha. We are also Purusha, but we are part and parcel of the Purusha. Minute. Even though we can also be called as Purusha, but we are not equal to the Parama Purusha. That is the Siddhanta of Achintya Veda Veda Tattva. So, in Advaita philosophy, they say that after death, at the time of Mukti, we merge with the Supreme Power. And the power doesn't have any form. It is actually impersonal. Parabrahma has no form, impersonal. That is the Siddhanta of Advaita, which is not right. Because avajananti mam mudha manushim dharmashikam parambhavam ajananto mama mudamani. So in that sloka, the Lord explains that he is a person. And also he is saying what? Go to Bhagavad Gita chapter 7 verse number 24. Bhagavad Gita chapter 7 verse number 24. The Lord is saying, Avyaktam Vyaktim Mapannam Mandite Mam Abuddhaya Parambhavam Ajananto Mamaviyam Anuttam. Unintelligent men who do not know me personally, perfectly, think that I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was impersonal before and now assume this personality. Due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and so. So fools, they think that the Lord was impersonal before and suddenly he got a personality. No, the Lord is always a person. Lord is always a person, which is actually explained very clearly. That's why the word Purusha is there. Otherwise, why actually Sahasra Sirsha Purusha? Why this word Purusha is there? They could have just said Parabrahman, Brahman. Why say Purusha? Why they say Purusha? Sahasra Sirsha Purusha, Sahasraksha, Sahasrapad. So, and then so, and also the last place I can see what? Grishma Lakshmi Patna.
Grishchate Lakshmi's Patna.
Grishchate Lakshmi's Patna. So, it also mentioned that Lakshmi is his wife. Lakshmi Patna. So, how? I mean, how can an impersonal person have a wife? The Lord is impersonal. How he can be having a wife? And if the Lord is, Lord Shiva or Brahma or Ganesha, then how the Parama Purusha is called as the husband of Lakshmi Devi? So, this Purusha Sukta, even though it is celebrated by the Mayavadis, because they say Sarasra Sirsha Purusha. So they say so many eyes and so many nose and so many mouth. So they conclude that the Lord has no form. But in that case, why they call Purusha? Why they call Purusha? Why Sukadeva Goswami is not directly explaining about Lord Krishna? That's a very interesting question. He could have, if Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna is Purusha. When he talks about Purusha, he can directly say that Krishna is Supreme Person. Why is he not going to that? He is not going to that because when you are too much engrossed in this material world, for many, many lives, so the verse, right? Since time immemorial, 11. So since time immemorial, we got trapped in this body. So
11, 12, 21.
11,
12, 21.
what is it?
Just as woven cloth rests on the expansion of lengthwise and crosswise threads, similarly the entire universe is expanded on the lengthwise and crosswise potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is situated within him. The conditioned soul has been accepting material bodies since time immemorial, and these bodies are like great trees sustaining one's material existence. Just as the tree first blossoms and
No,
then
that's not. 11:23:47. 11:23:47. See here. Manovase abhavan smadeva manascha nanyascha vasam sameti bhishmodhi devaha Sarasava Sahiyan Yujyat Vasetam Sahi Deva Deva. All the senses have been under the control of the mind since time immemorial. And the mind himself never comes under the sway of other. He is stronger than the strongest, and his godlike power is fearsome. Therefore, anyone who can bring under the control becomes the master of all the senses. So, since we are in the bodily platform for many lives, and we also want the Lord to be having so much of power. The Lord doesn't need to have any magical power. That's why the foolish people, they go to the people who bring the gold from the mouth. They say, oh, you bring gold from the mouth, you are God. You must be God. All magics. They do some magic, and then or have some mystery, some power he is having. By having little power, and he is called as God. So why do you think that God should have power? Because God has power. And why do you think that the God should exhibit the power? Actually, Lord is not interested to exhibit the power. For example, there is a movie actor, and he won't be going to the house and acting before the wife. He won't be showing all his acting power before his wife. Or a comedian, he will not be making some jokes in the house. So they'll be as they are. Similarly, the Lord also, he likes to be loud. The Lord loves us and he likes to be loud. He doesn't need to show some mystical power before you to convince you. He's not coming to, okay, now I left you over the hill, you please do namaskar to me. No. But it is required sometimes because we are so foolish. That's why the gopis, they don't want to see Krishna like that. Yashoda Maya, they don't want to see Krishna like that by showing all his mystic power. They just want to be actually the little naughty and cute child of Vrindavan. But since we are conditioned for many life, we are too much concerned about the creation, maintenance and annihilations. So we want to know the Lord technically. That is why, just to convince Parikshit Maharaj, the initial stage, he is starting with actually the impersonal Brahman in the second canto. Now actually he is talking about the Garbhodara Sai Vishnu. Garbhodara Sai Vishnu. Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu is Garbhodara Sai Vishnu. He is lying in the Garbhodaka ocean. It is also called as causal ocean. His expansion of whose expansion? Whose expansion is Mahavishnu? What's Krishna's expansion? Who is there? Which Sankarshan? The second Sankarshan. There are two kind of, like four. So, the first one came from Baladev. From Krishna from Baladev come actually Pradyumna, Sankarshan, Anjuta, Vasudeva. From that Sankarshan comes actually all the Vaikuntha-adhipatis. From the same Sankarshan, he comes actually Sadashiva. Sadashiva also comes from the same Sankarshan. The same Sankarshan comes Mahavishnu. And he is actually called Garbhodara. And that Mahavishnu, he is the cause of the material world. That is why he is called as, the ocean is called as causal ocean. Cause. It's a cause. It's a cause of the material, ocean. The cause of the material ocean. So in that ocean, Mahavishnu is lying down. Whenever you want to create, what does he do? Speaks. Drink milk. What? Loud. Whenever you want to create, you just glancing over the material. If we just simply look at the material energy, Prakriti, and go to Brahma Samhita, read this. Read love.
Great Lord of this material world, Maheshwara Swami, in this in the form of a male generating organ, is joined to his female consort, the divinity energy Maya, as an efficient cause of Krishna. The Lord of the world, Mahavishnu, is manifested with him by subjective portion in the form of his hands.
Okay. The all of seems of concept of the great God Maheshwara of this mundane world, or the nature of the embodiment of the mundane masculine and feminine generating organ. So the Lord Shiva is the like a male organ, and Prakriti is actually female organ, generative organs. And Vishnu, just look at them. The Lord of the mundane world, Mahavishnu, possesses thousands and thousands of heads, eyes, hands. He is the source of the thousands and thousands of avatars in this thousands and thousands of subjective portions. He is the creator of thousands and thousands of individual souls. See how he is verified. The same Mahavishnu is spoken by the name Narayana in this material world. What is Narayana means? What is the meaning of Narayana? And there are two meanings. Of course, there are many meanings. The two primary meaning is Narayana. Narayana means the life of all the living entities, the source of all the living entities. Another meaning is actually the one who is lying in the ocean, the water. Another meaning is the one who is lying on the water. There are two meanings of the word Narayana. But from that eternal person has sprung the vast expansion of water of the spiritual causal ocean, the subjective portion of Sankrishna, who abides in Paravyoma, the above supreme Purusha, with thousands of subjective portions, reposes in the state of divine sleep, Yoga Nidra, in the waters of the spiritual causal ocean. The spiritual seeds of Sankrishna exist in the pores of the skins of Mahavishnu, are born as so many golden sperms. These sperms are covered with 5 great elements. What are the 5 great elements? So, from the pores of Mahavishnu comes all the universes. How the universe is created. There was all together, and suddenly something got exploded, and suddenly one become earth, suddenly one become moon, and suddenly then it started functioning, suddenly human being created, and suddenly everything created, and suddenly everything. There is science. What is science? What is the science read? Suddenly everything happened. Why it happened? We don't know, sir. Initially, all things was together. Who created that? That we don't know. Right? Big Bang theory. Initially, all the thing was together like a lump. So who created that lump? And suddenly some external force came. From where the force came? And suddenly it burst. Why it burst? And suddenly it became different planets. How it became different planets? Suddenly atmosphere got created. And then the oxygen, carbon dioxide, all automatically created. And we are reading this in school and paying 1 lakh rupees per year. Our children are sending to school for learning this nonsense philosophy. Whereas it's actually it is science. How it is created, beautifully it is explained. But only thing is that if you have no intelligence or humility or submissiveness to understand the position of the Supreme Lord. That is the only problem. That is the only problem. Okay, so how it is mentioned is, so Mahavishnu is so big. You may ask that, how can from the pores of the hair so many universes are coming out? Because he is so big that when he breathes out, the universe is coming out. When he breathes out, universes are going back with him. That means you understand what is the size of his lung and what is his size. Breathe in, breathe out. Pranayama. Breathe in, breathe out. Right? In the time of his breathe in, breathe out, the universe is created and destroyed. In that particular time, there are so many Brahmas are created. One day of Brahma, how many Manus are there? 14 Manus. One day. And how many days he is having? 360 times 100. 360,000 like a days he is having. I mean, right now. 360, 24 also there. Multiply by 24. So many, so many. That so many Brahmas are created. That is one universe. There are so many universes are there. And then the same Mahavishnu comes as Garbhodan Sai. That is next. Will be seen. So in this verse, Prabhupada is trying to establish the point. In this verse, Prabhupada is trying to explain that particular Purusha. After separating the different universes, so when all the, actually it's called as golden sperm, it's coming out. So when all the universes of the gigantic universal form of the Lord, Mahavishnu, which came out of the causal ocean, the place of the appearance of the first Purusha Avatar entered into each of the separate universes, deciding to lie on the created transcendental water, Garbhodan. So that is actually explained here. So how this, okay, we'll try to see that. Okay. So this is the explanation of one universe. This is actually explanation of this is one universe. So, in the outer layer of the universes are the Panchabhutas, and then fire, ether, this picture is not good. See, this is one universe. This is one universe. So the universe is covered. The bottommost layer is earth. The next is water. Next is fire. Next is air. Next is ether. Next is mind. Next is intelligence. And the next is force. It is described that every layer is 10 times bigger than the previous one. It means you cannot exit. You cannot exit this with your own power, even if you are Hiranyakashipu. Even if you are Hiranyakashipu, it's very difficult to exit this universe. So much plan. But still he went to Vaikuntha. You see how much is power? Still he went to Vaikuntha, Hiranyakashipu. He went to Vaikuntha to search for Narayana. Then you understand how much powerful Hiranyakashipu was. he removed all the coverings and then went up with his own body, Vaikuntha, Kailash, Brahmalok, he was searching everywhere. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, everything is 10 times bigger. And he is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Actually, when the universe, three-fourths of the universe is covered with his own sweat. Just for drawing purpose, they put Vishnu here. Vishnu is not here. Vishnu is somewhere here. Then they have time. They have only this much space to draw all these things. Difficult for them to draw. That's why they put Vishnu here. Otherwise, three-fourths of the universe is covered with the water. There is one water. And he is only occupying three-fourths. And there is only one-fourth is for the creation. In that one-fourth, after he comes inside, before he comes inside, what is there in universe? Before Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu comes, what is there in the universe? Speak loud now, not mic. Maya. Not Maya. Before Vishnu comes inside, what is there in the universe? Brahma. How did he come? Did he go? Mahat Tattva. Only Mahat Tattva was there. What is Mahat Tattva? Mahat Tattva is actually 24 elements. And Mahat Tattva can be compared to your toolbox. Mahat Tattva can be compared to your toolbox. It's having everything inside. But it requires an engineer to operate it. Everything is inside. Earth is there, water is there, fire is there, everything is there. But there is someone to put all this together and create something. Intelligence is just like a dead body. Dead body, heart is there, brain is there, eyes are there, nose is there, everything is there. But when the soul is missing, they become useless. Similarly, all the universes are useless. They require a soul. They require a soul. That soul is Vishnu. The same Mahavishnu, he entered inside this particular universe. And his name is Garbhodaka Sai. Why is he called as Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu? Impregnating Brahma. So, you don't need Lakshmi's help for doing this. He did not call Lakshmi 1 hour to create Brahma. No, he did not call. He just want to create from his own navel. One actually lotus got sprouted. From that lotus, Brahma got created. And the Brahma don't know what is he doing. Brahma don't know who is he, what is he doing, he don't know anything. And then he was thinking, where am I? Everything is dark, Just, suddenly you sleep and then when you wake up in the morning, everything is dark. There is no devotees, there is no temple, what will happen? Yeah. Then Vishnu appeared before Brahma to tell him to create. Then he created all the Satyaloka, Tapaloka, Janakaloka, Maharaloka, Swargaloka, Bhuvaloka, Bhuloka, Atala, Vidala, Sutara, Satara, Talatara, Mahatara, Patala. He created all the 14 planet systems. Created all the 14 planet systems. This is the little expansion of this Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And of course, then Sivadaka Sai Vishnu. That is maybe the next verse. In this particular verse, Prabhupada is telling clearly that why Prabhupada did not initially talk about Krishna and directly talks about Vishnu, it is because we are so conditioned. So we want to see all this, wow, so big, we want to get some impression about the Lord. Otherwise, you will think that, Krishna is actually a naughty boy, and then he is, like to play with the gopis, and he like to play with other women, and that is God. You will think like that. In order to convince Parikshit Maharaj about the supremacy of the Lord, and then this material creation, annihilation, all these things are explained by Sukadeva Goswami first. This way it is explained in the 10th canto. So that's why nobody should go to the 10th canto directly. Should go through by order. Neophyte devotees will misunderstand the supreme plans and activities of the Lord, and therefore large pastimes, material sphere related to creation, maintenance, and destruction are usually very reachable by the Prakruta Bhaktas or mundane devotees of the Lord. Even Arjuna. Even Arjuna, after explaining about his supremacy, still he needed to show his Vishwarupa. Still he needed to show his Vishwarupa. After seeing his Vishwarupa, then he got fear. Then he got fear. So Parabrahma, Paramdhama, Pavitram, Brahma, Buddhism, Shastram, Divyam, Adhyam, Ajamivam. It was very fine. So initially it is required. That's why he is explaining about this. So otherwise the Lord is actually beyond this material world. That is why it is mentioned what? Maya Darshena Prakriti, Sweete Sarasaram, Devanani and Kaunteya, Jagat. All these so-called scientists, the modern scientists, why we say modern scientists? Because olden days also scientists exist. And what we read, who found the gravity? Newton. How Newton found? There is a rock that has fallen on his head. If a rock fall on his head, entire humanity would have been happier. Instead of apple, rock should have fallen on his head. So when Newton born, some 1700. When did he born? 16th, 17th century. Okay, before that, how they were making all the Egypt pyramid and then the temples of India, and then how all these things are made. Before Mr. Newton find out what is gravity, how did everybody create all the wonderful structures? The one who born in 1643 found the gravity, and before that there is no gravity in the world. And how did he find? Some apple fall on his head? Oh, this is gravity. No. And we have to pay 1 lakh rupees to learn all this nonsense. And they are called as scientists, and we are called as believers. We are called as believers, and they are called as scientists. We are the scientists, they are believers. They believe something. They believe everything. Assume. Let us assume, there is no resistance. Then V is equal to I, that is superconductor. Come on, where in which place, which one doesn't have resistance? Which product doesn't have resistance? Let us assume, like a vacuum. Where is vacuum? Where is vacuum? This is science. This is science. They believe everything and they call themselves as logical people. And we have so much science and we are called as believers. This is what Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse number 32, if I am not wrong. Adharmam dharmam ikiya manyate tamam samashata. I think one verse before that. Yadharmam adharmam cha karyam chakarya devacha ayatavat prajanati buddhihi sapata rajasana. Son of Pritha, understanding which cannot distinguish between religion and irreligion. Between action that should be done, action that should not be done. This mode of passion. Okay, it's 32. 32. You see? That understanding which consider irreligion as religion and religion as irreligion under the spell of illusory darkness and strives always in the wrong direction in the mode of ignorance. So think right as wrong and wrong as right. This is mode of. So normally people they want to understand the universe, but they don't want to understand who is the cause of the universe. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. They want to know the laws of the world. They are writing so many theories. H2 plus O2 is equal to H2O. They are writing so many theories they are writing. But they don't want to understand who created all these things. That they don't know. They're not at all interested. And even those who are interested, recently, one person got arrested in Tamil Nadu because he was talking about karma and reincarnation. He went to schools and then he was teaching children pious, impious, and karma, rebirth. He just spoke about that and he got arrested and put inside the jail. This is the world we are living in. And what reason they say? He is talking the foolish propaganda to children and confusing them. And then what they are saying? Gravity was found by Newton. How did he find? One apple fall on his head. So this is rascal that's going on. So that's why we are so much spending our time to understand the lawmaker, Parama Satyam, the Supreme Lord. That's why in olden days, all the intellectual people, they read so many philosophies and so many books to understand the lawmaker. They don't waste their time to invent some aeroplane or helicopter. Prabhupada say like that. Okay, you found an aeroplane, nice. But what is the need of aeroplane? Why aeroplane is required? Because of that, people are transporting from one place to another. Why you must transport? You tell me. Why you should travel? Why you must travel? What is the need of traveling? Why you need to travel? Why you travel? When the travel was not there, the world was so good. Before all that automobiles were invented, the world was so good. Every village was self-sufficient. Self-sustained villages were there. Every village was having a pond. Every village was having a lake. Every village was having so many trees. And actually mango and coconut, everything was there. And every house, they got some land. And then every man was cultivating, they were working hard. They wake up in the morning, they go to the farm and then produce their own food. And then they exchange among themselves. Okay, I have brinjal and you have, watermelon, let us exchange this. I have rice and you have dal, let us exchange this. Everything was available within this village. Now what happened? Now the transportation came. And then what? The cargo came. And then the flight came. What we do? We need to import something from there to here to there, and all the farmers are finished, all the business people are finished, and everybody becomes foodless. Everybody becomes workers. Right? All the villages are empty. Where everybody? In the city. They are going to factories. Okay, at least they are doing some work. Now after that what? They become computer engineers. Okay, at least they are thinking something. Now they are doing what? Like all this actually social media propaganda, only based on luck. Based on luck. Somebody will like, then I will get some money. YouTube will send me 5 lakh rupees. That's also okay. Now next thing is what? AI came. And AI is doing everything. Then what we should do? When the AI comes, what we can do? So you need to pay so much money for all this. After AI comes, AI can compose music. AI can write for you. AI can write poems for you. Then what do you do with your brain? Suppose for example, there is a lion. Lion is called as king of the jungle now. And you catch the lion, put inside the zoo. Put inside the cage for 4 or 5 years. And you give all the food on the plate. You give the food on the plate. 4 or 5 years nicely, lion will wake up, eat, sleep. Wake up, eat, sleep. Then after 4 or 5 years, they decided to send the lion back to the forest. What happened? The king of the lion will be having, maybe it has fear on the deer also. Just we see the deer, the king of the forest, lion, make it fear. He cannot survive. He forgot how to fight. Similarly, we also forgot how to plow. We forgot how to, we forgot everything. Now at least one thing that we know is what? We can think. And that also this AI technology is taking away from us. It stops you from thinking. It stops anything. Anybody asks any question, Prabhu, wait a minute. ChatGPT. Some people know. Prabhu, can you think about a good title for this? Wait, ChatGPT. Come on, use your brain. At least we devotees understand how much scam going on in the name of all these things. How much scam it is. So we should never stop thinking. We should never depend on this technology too much. We should use only for preaching. Only for preaching purpose you take. Otherwise you don't stop cooking. Now you have Zomato, everything came. So you have to pay so much money for this. And earn so much money for this. Then stress. Come on, to a country like India, which is having more than 130, 40 crore people, how to get a job? I tell you how to get a job. And every government is promising what? I will remove the, I will provide job for everybody. Every Narendra Modi was saying, Rahul Gandhi was saying, and then Narasimha was saying, and then Rajiv Gandhi was saying, Indira Gandhi was saying, Nehru was saying, nobody did. Why? If you want job for everybody, go back to the village-based life. Go back to the village-based life. Then everybody will have job. Husband, wife, children, everybody have employees. And then only school you should go for learning. No. The moment the schools came, everything is finished. There is no carpenter, There are daily room door. You need to fix a door. I'm waiting for a carpenter for more than 3 weeks. That fellow don't want it. There is no carpenter, there is no plumber, no electrician. Nothing. After some time the robots will come, AI will come. After 50 years I cannot even imagine about the world. And after 200 years, then the things will start returning. Then they will search where is the land. Then they demolish all the buildings. Like COVID time, no? Like COVID time, what happened? Everybody stopped the business. Everybody stopped transportation. Everybody is sitting in the house, wearing life. The same thing will happen after some 100 years. Then they will destroy all the robots and all the transportation, everything. Big building, they destroy everything, and then they start going to the field. Because they forgot who is the lawmaker. That's why we devotees, we should not waste our time in all these things, making money. You should not spend too much time on this. You spend your time, who is God? Who am I? What is the purpose of my life? What happens when I die? Is there any birth after death? You make your life simple. Simple living, high thinking. Now what we do, we are making complicated life living and no thinking. You don't think. Material people, they don't think anything. What is the aim of life? Eating, sleeping, mating. This is the aim of life. If it is to protect yourself. Only these 4 things are aim of life. You see so they are animals. Ahara nidra, vayavayatramcha, samanyameta, pasuvirnarana, dharmoha desha, adhiko vishesha, dharme rahina, pasuvir samana. See this verse. See here, ahara, nidra, vayavantramcha, samanameta, pasudhi. Ito 25. Ahara means eating. Nigra means sleeping, Baya means maintenance, Mithuna means sex life. Samanya Method Pasubir Narana, humans and animals, very common thing. Dharmo Hitesham Adhiko Vishesha, only Dharma is special, not the light. Light on. Only the religious life is special. Dharma Nakina Pasubir Sama. If you don't do religious life, in equal to animals. Okay, so I stop here. You have any questions or comments? Or you want to say something? Because the blessings of Brahma is so powerful. I mean, maybe he would have gone to Sirodaka Sai Vishnu also. That's also Vaikuntha. Maybe he did not cross the temperature. Because I was thinking, when I said that, I was thinking, because this place also is not different from Vaikuntha. Everything is here, in this world. See, this place is actually Vaikuntha, not different from Vaikuntha. But he was going here only. Of course, he is very powerful. He is very powerful. He is very powerful. He could have gone here, this place, Shirodaka Sai Vishnu. Satyalok, this is also called as Satyalok. Okay? So no questions. Any questions here? Any doubts? Any questions? So no questions, we stop here. Vrinda Ashram Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, God Priya Hari. So we take prasadam now.